Coach, just talking about the turnaround, and DJ was, I thought, the real spark plug to get you guys going in that third quarter. You went on a nice run and never looked back.
Yeah, really the end of the third quarter group, DJ a big part of that scoring wise, but Drew and Slate and Tony and Kyler, and then we rolled with them to start the fourth, like 17-0 run, got a little bit of breathing room there to start the fourth too, where, I mean, that group just completely changed the energy of the game, the energy in the arena, the energy of our group, and and they did it together. Like even like DJ scored and finally found his rhythm there in the second half in that stretch, but I thought they shared the ball. They made the right read. They made the right play. They kept playing together and trusting that, and shots started to go in, and we kept getting stops with that group. And really Slater on the defensive end, like with his job on Dowden, I mean, unbelievable. Like 41, and we tried everything. We played him in drop. We played him in red. We tried to blitz him. We tried to hit him. But Slate really at that stretch, and then Jordan Walsh in the fourth when he came back in with that matchup, just kind of carried us on the defensive end with his effort there. But huge credit to that group.
How does this feel to be going to the conference finals?
It's better than doing exit interviews. I know that. It's fun. It's a fun group. I'm happy for our guys. It's been a long-ish week of waiting to see who we're going to play, then preparing and waiting for the game, and fun to do it on our home court in front of our fans, and seasons worth of effort and energy and sacrifice from these guys to have it translate and get a win under our belt. I think there were some stretches there. We got off to a hot start, but there were certainly some stretches where a little uneasy, the anxiety of a playoff game, some of the emotion there when they went on their run. But certainly for us, just a fun atmosphere and a fun win.
And you guys have now won 11 of your last 13, and obviously tonight wasn't always started. What kind of resilience have you guys seen to be able to overcome, and what do you think midseason maybe changed that this team was able to become so successful?
I think what changed, or it wasn't so much what changed, but it was just kind of like a recognition for our group coming off the Birmingham games and like just the opportunity in front of them. We were 11-11, I think, at that point. Had just dropped 2 games by combined 3 points coming off the All-Star break, and it was like these guys love each other. Like if that's not evident, then you can't see or you're not watching. And just for us, like we just talked about, no matter what, there's a finite amount of time left in our season, and really with this group, with the way the G League is, like once our season ends, there's more than likely we're never going to be together as a full group. That's just the reality. Guys are going to go different teams, overseas, whatever. And so for us, it's just taking advantage of the opportunity in front of us, the opportunity to be together, to spend time together, and play with one another and love each other. And I think once we did that, and credit to our guys, it's one thing to say, it's another to do it. And they started to figure out how to win games because of it. And then our confidence has just taken off. Really, we came back from that trip, had a game against Westchester. A shorthanded team that we took care of business, and like it just seemed like everything clicked on both ends. Went to Wisconsin, got 2 wins there, and then went to Osceola. And that, I think when we won the Osceola game early in March, that was kind of for us like we're pretty good. We can be good, and then it's like, can you be great? And from there, they've just kind of rolled with it. We've had guys out with illnesses, injuries. Getting recalled to Boston when they've needed them, and everybody from top to bottom. There's 4 guys that didn't play tonight. J-Jack was out, so 5 guys total that have stepped up at various stages of the season, of games when their name and number's been called, and they've been ready, they've stayed ready, they've gotten better, and so it's just it's the tight-knit group that we have. I think more than anything is really what's kind of spurred it.
Coach, one final question from me. Just talk about you talked about the waiting and beforehand when you guys got the automatic bye. Now you'll have to do more waiting until tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Just how do you, as a coach, how do you prepare for for both
Yeah, I mean, on one hand too, like I'm not complaining about having to wait because it allowed a handful of our guys to get healthy there. So I mean, we really needed that. I don't know if we're here tonight without that. So a huge part of tonight's win was us being able to rest and recover and get healthy. So we've got staff that are working on both teams. Obviously Osceola's pretty familiar to us. Like that's one of the very few teams, and will be the same for them. That you can go through our game film from earlier in the month, and like both teams are at full strength. Both teams, had all their guys, and so even tonight, Delaware's like we never saw Jeff Doughton this year. So that game for us, and how they've been playing lately, will be pretty indicative of how they're going to play us and how we're going to play them. I think Long Island a little bit different. We haven't seen them for a long time. They're a very different team, so you have to prepare for both, and it's different than an NBA series where you're trying to win as efficiently as possible and like get the win without showing your full hand. But for us, it's like you got to give them your best shot, but you also can't do everything. You can't overwhelm and overload your guys where they're thinking about every single detail, every single action. So it's on us as a staff, study both teams, be prepared for both teams. Whether we get a day at home and play at home or travel on Saturday and go down to Osceola. But we're excited about the opportunity for either team. They're both really good teams. I mean, Long Island was very much like us, like middle of the pack, and went on quite a run there at the end of the season. I think they won like 8 out of 12, or they'd won. They were right there with us with a winning streak. So two really good teams, and that present different challenges, and we got to figure out what are the challenges that we have to be prepared for and prepare our guys for.
And then one last for me, Jordan has, the 18 points, 6 of 9 field goals. He seems to be a lot more comfortable offensively than he was earlier in the season. What are you seeing out of him as far as growth on that end?
I think it starts with his defense, as always. You've heard me say that before. Like his defensive focus, his effort on that end to compete and play hard. He had a phenomenal sequence. I think it was off a turnover, but they had a fast break. He ran down, chased it down, contested a shot at the rim, forced a miss, ran back the other way, got a catch and shoot three. And so it's just like, that's the basketball gods, or karma, or just like when you're playing hard, good things happen. And he's over the last couple games, he has played harder than he has all year. His growth has been tremendous, and then he makes quick decisions, and he's being assertive, he's being aggressive, but he's making the right play, and reading the game and really letting it come to him. But then when there's opportunities for him to go get it, he does.
Did you notice a bounce from the crowd at all tonight for you guys?
Yeah.
It was a pretty good crowd for terrible conditions.
Yeah, for a blizzard with power outages all over the area. I was a little nervous there when I walked out. There were a lot of empty seats, but people made their way in, and then the pop at the end of the third quarter with that run and the start of the fourth, that helped too. It carried our guys, but we got to give them something to cheer about. So once we started doing that, we got them engaged in the game, and certainly carried us through the fourth.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.